Much with a look at the chances of President Obama's stimulus plan clearing the House later today. I'm joined by Democratic Representative Gwen of Wisconsin and Republican Representative Tom Price of Georgia. Good morning to the two of you. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey,
Congressman Price, let me start with you. The two different plans in the Senate and the House are somewhat different, as Peter just talked about, particularly in the AMT tax. What do you expect to happen later today?
Well, I think it's clear that this bill will pass the House. The concerns that House Republicans have and that I have, and I think that the American people have, is that they want this plan to work. And our sense is the amount of spending in this plan and the amount of increase in the debt in this plan will make it so that the plan doesn't work at all. It's not going to be stimulative to the economy, and it doesn't have in place the kinds of real solutions that need to be put in place that will allow us to get through the remarkable economic challenges that we currently have.
Congressman Moore, the Congressional Budget Office, a nonpartisan office, has done two studies now on the stimulus plan and when the funds will be distributed into the economy. One of the things they came out with this past Monday is they said without a stimulus shortfall, without a stimulus package, basically the shortfall to the nation's output could have dire consequences. It could lead to one of the weakest economic periods since the Great Depression. How essential is this stimulus package in today's economy?
Oh, it is extremely critical. I think that no one thinks that we ought not do anything. As a matter of fact, we're in a global meltdown. I mean, 100 million more people in the world have fallen into poverty. This particular package really focuses on giving tax breaks to 95% of Americans and really putting money into the hands of people who are absolutely going to spend it. There's a very stimulative impact with food stamps and unemployment compensation, as well as looking prospectively to preventing layoffs and preventing folk from not working. When you look at the infrastructure projects that will, many states have projects that are shovel ready. This plan is going to work. In terms of it costing too much, I can tell you that, you know, you have to, we used to say in the old day, you have to spend money to make money. We can ill afford to have our economy spiral into the ground while we do nothing. Of course, we have increased our debt, and that's a very, very unfortunate part of what we're experiencing. But we cannot say that we're not going to feed folk, provide monies for Medicaid and health care and education so that we can pay off debt.
Alexis, if borrowing and spending would have solved this problem... Alexis, if borrowing and spending would have solved this problem, we would have been out of this challenge long ago. You know, the American people know that the economic drivers of this nation are small businesses. And what we need to do is put in place the tools to allow small businesses to invigorate this economy. It's not government spending that will invigorate this economy. It's the entrepreneurship and the genius and the will and the desire and the fortitude of the American people. That's what we need to embrace. And what this bill does is says, no, government knows best. We're in a political economy now. We've got politicians making decisions about where money ought to be spent and which companies ought to be helped. That's the wrong place to be for an economy that will thrive and grow this economy and make all sorts of jobs across this nation. The premise is flawed.
Representative Price, you're absolutely right. We do need to help small businesses, which is why this bill provides a great deal of tax incentives for those entrepreneurs who want to invest in the new green economy, energy economy, and add jobs. There's research and development money in this package, money for science. I mean, every country, particularly our country.
There's less money.
If we're to prevail, we absolutely or positively are going to have to invest in a futuristic economy. And this package really
in fact, Alexis,
opens the door to that.
There's less money in this bill, Alexis, in the House version for small business than there is to plant grass in Washington, D.C. This is a grab bag of political favors.
Okay. Let me jump in here for a second, guys. Here's the thing, guys. Look, Senator Mitch McConnell has brought up a point here, and that is, if you look at most of the House Republican leaders right now, they are suggesting that they have embraced President Obama, that he has walked across the aisle, he has listened to what they've had to say, particularly as it relates to more tax cuts, but that part of the issue here is what is going on with the members of Congress, the infighting, the partisan politics that are going on here in the House, not as much in the Senate. What's the real story here? Is the bottom line, Congressman Price, that you want to see more tax incentives for small businesses, and if you got that, you'd be happy?
Well, sure. The problem in the House is that the Republicans have been completely shut out. We were visited yesterday by the President of the United States 1 week into his administration. That's one more visit than we've had from the Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, in over 2 years. There was the markup of this bill when the bill is taken through committee, an Energy and Commerce Committee, 2 days ago. 12 hours taken. 6 Republican amendments were adopted. In fact, when the bill came to the floor, over half of those amendments were stripped out of the bill. That's not the way the process is supposed to work. That's not what the American people expect. And the bottom line is that that's not what will solve the challenges that we face. What will solve the challenges we face, again, is to allow the American people to keep more of their hard-earned money, make it so that individuals are able to save and spend and invest as they see fit, incentivizing American business all across this nation.
Step in, give me your last point.
I certainly agree with Representative Price that we need to allow Americans to keep more of their money so that they can spend it, which is why this package focuses on tax breaks. I think the disagreement comes in terms of who gets those tax breaks. This package focuses on giving those tax breaks to the middle class and to lower income people, people who will absolutely. The problem with the other stimulus package that we passed last session was that we didn't target the money toward the most needy people. And those folk that are trying to send their children to school, they're trying to struggle to make it every day, pay daycare, these are the people we need to get money in the hands of, not the top 1% of the population.
Alexis, $3,300 for every single American in this bill. $3,300.
I'm going to leave it here. I love the healthy debate that the two of you are having. You didn't even need me, frankly, and I look forward to watching the two of you on the floor.